The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out.
The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. With Greg and Joe. The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys.
Hello, welcome to episode 145 of The All Seeing Guys with Greg and Joe. Failed at the first hurdle.
What the fuck there? What was that pause? It's
like-
and Joe has died.
And Joe. I just kind of like completely lost track. I was like, I meant to say something else. and I just stopped, just stared into space for a second.
Well, welcome to the
Smooth
Greg
move.
Show.
Yeah, with Greg.
With Greg,
And
obviously.
the other guy.
Obviously, Greg, because there's
And
only
the
one
other
name
guy.
now.
Joe, the other guy, Jackson, is here.
I am now just like, what's lower than co-host? Sound person?
Key grip.
Producer?
like the guy that makes the coffees.
I'm Roz singing Frasier.
Oh, that's a good place to be, though.
I mean, she's sassy and she doesn't take any shit, so...
Exactly. She only sleeps with Fraser once, I think, so
Oh, God.
that's all right. We can just do it once and get it out of the way.
Yeah, you know, these things happen. You get 6 seasons into a job. You better start fucking.
It's got to happen at some point.
It's just that
6 seasons
it's
and
that
a
ace in the
bumming.
hole, isn't it? It's just that sort of like that thing that you can just bring it. What? What was that
I
face?
don't know, ace in the hole made me laugh when talking about sex. It was
It's
kinda
no,
like,
you know what? It's ace up your sleeve. That's what it is. It's not.
right. I'm going to stick an ace in your hole. Hang on a minute, it's in my sleeve at the moment. Let me just get it out.
No, yeah.
Is
it's
this
the,
your card?
It's like you'll get out of jail free, and just when you run out of ideas, and it's like, well, they could always have sex. It's just like, well, you're right. Yeah, let's
You're right, they
see how
could.
that works out.
Yeah, let's do a whole episode of them having a steamy session.
That's why, like, pretty much everyone in Friends ended up banging each other.
It's true. Yeah. And and even Frasier's origins and Cheers, you know, there was lots of love crossovers there with love triangles with Diane, who was engaged to Frasier, and then I think was engaged to Sam. Like, you know, it all happens.
Yeah, man. And
all
you know,
happens.
Norm and Cliff had that 3-way with
With Carla.
yeah.
She would own that. She would fucking own that.
Oh yeah, she'd absolutely would. It'd be
I've
terrifying.
been enjoying Cheers. Especially when I was doing the COVID testing, and I would have like a reserve day or something, and I'd still be up early getting Jenna ready, and then just double bill of Cheers in the
Bang,
morning. It was
sorted.
awesome.
I
Good
mean,
old
I like
Channel
that
4,
they
double bill Cheers.
still play it. It seems like they've been playing like Cheers or Frasier for fucking decades now.
Frasier's on about an hour or so later.
Yeah.
Frasier's on about an hour or so later, and then it's back. So fucking hell, how are we? You good?
Hello, Greg. Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you for
Yeah,
having
fucking
me
hell.
on your show.
Yes, thanks for being here. Thanks for having me. Joe's here to promote his new book.
Not yet
Going to
finished.
talk about his new book, and of course, you know, his iconic guest star in Desperate Housewives, and we'll get round to that later on after these ads. No, of course, Joe, it's our show.
It's obviously.
silly. We got a nice Saturday evening here.
Yeah, it's you know, I don't know why I'm trying to hype up Saturday. Nothing's fucking happening.
No, nothing's happening, but it's still Saturday evening, so we'll take what we can get.
Do you think?
And
Do
these
you think all this lockdown and everything will change our perspective of like the weekend?
Not afterwards,
Not
probably.
afterwards.
Like-
I think the pubs will be rammed for like 3 years after this,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it'll be pretty mental afterwards.
and then we'll all get COVID again
Yeah,
because one fucking little cunt didn't get the vaccine.
it'll be like the new mega strand. It'll be like your COVID-20.
COVID, yeah, it's fine. Like, yeah, none of this 19.2 shit that you get.
This is fucking the director's cut, motherfucker.
Yeah,
This time it means business. No, that's a terrifying thought. Well, it only took a few days of 2021 to remind us that the madness of 2020 doesn't stop there.
Oh, are we going
That's just,
to talk about the politics?
No, I'm just saying we've got a fresh lockdown. Bare Trump supporters. And when I say bare, I mean like actual bears. Bare Trump supporters storming Capitol building. That heartbreaking Indonesia plane crash that had like 3 babies on it. That was really sad.
That's fucked up.
And whatever else is going to happen between the space of us recording this and the episode being released.
This is exactly what happened last year, though, because like within the first few days, we had like fires in Australia. Pretty much burned down, and then like Kobe Bryant died, and then like some other shit, and it was just like it's really fucking straight off the starting line, isn't it? Like
yeah, and it's insane how close we're now getting to the last point of life. I remember a year of it being when life stopped being normal, which for me is when we went out for my birthday. Like it wasn't too long after that, because that was beginning of February, and that was like going out to a restaurant and blah blah blah, like life, like just walking into pubs, without having to worry,
casually walking into pubs, like without a care in the world,
and we're almost approaching it being like about my birthday's coming up soon, so then it will be a year, just like
the anniversary.
There was normality. Like, because it was probably about a month after that, maybe lockdown. It was like, so start of February, March, lockdown started, wasn't it?
A year since the great toilet paper shortage.
When free shells came into use, everyone figured it out. They had to make do.
You fucking had to. You had to figure it out.
Man, reference there.
Well, you take away...
I imagine you
lose points for explaining the reference.
Swiveled. See, because I used to think like you just sit on the shells and swivel, but then all your shit would be all over it for the next person. No. Spray them after.
No, this is good. So that was your thought of how you actually use the 3 seashells in Demolition
As a
Man.
kid, I thought you'd like sit on one, swivel, move to the next one, swivel on that, and by the time you get to the third one, you kind of swivel. You're just pushing it back in, I guess.
I thought it was buttons. I thought it was buttons. I thought the seashells were like buttons, and then like it's like 1, 2, 3. So obviously like. I guess piss, shit, and then either vomit or cum. I don't know. Maybe a combination of the two. You just double up on the third one because they didn't want to make 4 seashells. So like you press the piss button if you've had a piss, and then it just sort of like, I don't know, polishes your fucking bell end or something. I don't know. That was.
So your thought on it though kind of takes away the aspect of them being shells. Like they could be anything.
It takes away the aspect of the shell being the cleaning apparatus.
Instead.
Yeah, no, it could have just. I just thought it was like a button, and then it just like or maybe it just like sucks the wee out of you or something. I don't know. Maybe you put like your penis in the shell, and then it just sucks your wee out.
But it's
and then the second one for like poo, you put you stick your bumhole to it and it sucks your poo. I don't know.
I took it under the assumption that especially when he then swears to get fined the tickets and he uses the tickets to go up his arse, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that to me just showed that there's free shells.
They don't go up his arse. I mean, he's not just in there sticking paper up his bum
but he obviously is going to go wipe his arse with them, isn't he? He comes out and says, "You got no toilet paper." He doesn't know how to use free shells. Then he realises he gets fined for swearing, so he swears loads next to the machine. It prints out loads of tickets, and he takes them and goes, "Back in a minute," whatever, and goes back in the toilet. Mm-hmm. So he obviously goes back to wipe his arse. So that, to me, indicated that the shells are literally the same function as what toilet paper should be.
Yeah.
Just that switch. You're throwing in buttons and wee sucking mechanisms.
Well, it's the future. I'm sorry to think that the future is somewhat kinky.
I like it, Joe. I admire your wonderful mind. I love a fresh perspective on films from my childhood.
But a wonderful mind is too close to a beautiful mind, and that is a story about a schizophrenic. A skinny,
eh?
Skinny. I don't know. It sounds like
he's
a Starbucks
skinny man that
now.
plays a lot of scale electrics.
Skinny electric man.
Skinny electrics.
Who's really good at
really
maths.
Good. Sets up those scale electrics in really narrow spaces.
In my mind.
In my mind. It has been cold, man. Like today's not been too bad, but we're now,
hasn't it?
especially at the time of recording, hit that point where it's been fucking freezing. Like when I've had to go out in the morning to take him into nursery, like there's been, I haven't seen snow, but like my car is covered in
it's frosty.
Snow.
Yeah.
Like,
do you do that thing when you go outside and you breathe and your air's all mist? It's mental.
Oh yeah,
mental.
yeah, really full. Yeah, there's been some days recently where it's been like mega insane.
Do you do you pretend you're smoking? That's that old classic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw a meme today of little baby Yoda, like a scene from Mandalorian still, and someone had added like smoke, a big stream of smoke coming out his mouth, and the meme was, when it's cold outside and you pretend you're smoking. That's how weird. I saw that today, and you've literally brought it up. What a strange fucking...
I didn't see that meme. I didn't see that meme.
No, there you go. I did, so it's full circle.
Yeah, no, it has been very chilly. And icy as well.
Yeah,
My
I haven't
garden's been
succumbed
icy.
to slipperiness yet, but I've seen dangerous areas, especially like the woods near me. Went for a walk in the woods last week, and it was cold, but fucking hell, man, it was just like mud everywhere. Like it was
awful.
insane.
I've already
Indiana was covered.
I fucked me trainers up the other day. There's a load of mud on them now, so it's just but I mean that always happens with me. I don't know why I buy white trainers. They're just going to end up fucking dirty.
I mean, it's a dangerous move.
It's dangerous. That's why I always went for grey before, because grey they already look dirty, so it doesn't really matter.
Close to white, but already worn in.
Yeah.
Maybe we should move on to a spot like Geezedropping.
Yeah, I've got one.
Joe's got a geese drop where we hear snippets of
it's
a
always a good
conversation.
day.
And we bring them up on the podcast, Geezedropping.
Geezedropping. Having a listen.
Right, I've got two, so should we do the old if you got
Back and
one, I'll
forth.
do one, you do one, I'll do one. Yeah, back and forth.
I'll get in the middle of your geese drops.
My first one actually I'll go with this one first because it mentions trainers, which we were just discussing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that works.
Yes. And it was, fuck, my new trainers. This was just a man, foolishly, when we were walking out the woods, he was walking in with like hundreds of people. And he was obviously wearing brand new trainers, and you couldn't avoid why he wore them to walk in the woods when it was pissing with rain. It was his fault. It was totally his fault. But he was like, fuck, my new trainers.
Well, it's like, I mean, like that's not how you wear in trainers. I mean, that's like, if that happens like a month in, then fair dues, but not like, I don't know.
Oh man, I was wearing my work boots. I was like, I'm fucking putting trainers on.
Yeah, fucking this. Right.
I know it's gonna be, but I can see the field from my window, and it's just waterlogged.
Yeah, just looks like Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's hope he hasn't completely fucked his new trainers, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's his fault.
Would you ever just chuck trainers out if that happened to you?
Would I throw them out?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, would you throw them out?
If they were really fucked, probably.
Okay.
Like, maybe not first. I mean, they might just live by my back door for ages.
They might just
they're muddy.
Like
they're muddy.
messy.
I'll stick them out there.
They're my garden trainers. I'll do them when I'm gardening. I use them in my garden.
Yeah. That's it forever.
Yeah. So my one I heard on the bus the other day. I can't. There was obviously no context to this comment, but it made me laugh. Geezer was on his phone, and I just heard him say, "Oh, you'll be putting lipstick on your bum then." Right?
Did he say on your bum?
Yeah, you'll be putting lipstick on your bum then.
God, we've got this Skype connection. Mine's quite bad, so I missed what you said then. But yeah, bum. Okay, I'm with you. Jesus.
Yeah,
hell.
It was slightly bizarre. I started to think about.
I wonder what kind of arsehole lipstick kisses were being found around the house.
Yeah, right. Like, what are you doing?
Just putting it on your bumhole and just pressing against the wall.
Oh look, someone's left someone's kissed that there. I was just like, would it
they sign off on cards?
If you put lipstick around like the ring, would it look like lips if you pressed it against something?
No, I don't think so. I think it would look like an arsehole.
Like an arsehole, right?
Just a smudge.
We can't talk about this too much, otherwise I'm going to have to draw another arsehole for the artwork.
It's lipstick stained arsehole. Okay, my next skis dropping. We returned back to the woods last week for the skis drop. This one was a bit interesting. So this was two women walking past, and I just heard one say, and then I did the little poo, and he said it was really sweet.
What?
And then I did the little poo, and he said it was really sweet.
Right. Let's just break that.
Maybe sweet that he saw the poo and was like, "Oh, that's cute."
Yeah, let's break this down.
Sweet because he thinks it's sweet. She went and did a poo. Oh, that's sweet. You did a poo.
Because that suggests that someone was watching her do a poo.
Or no, or maybe she left the room to go poo, and she's like, "Oh, if he's sweet, you felt you could poo around me." Or he ate the shit and was like, "Oh, it tastes quite sweet." The options I've brought together.
I felt like maybe she did a shit on him, like just on his chest.
Right, interesting.
And it was just like a little, and he was like, "Oh, that's sweet."
Yeah, feel like pink bows on them, like
yeah.
Like there's little hair clips.
Sticking his nose in it like a pig looking for truffles.
Or it's just like a nice, neat, tidy pile of like deer droppings.
Yeah, it looks like Nesquik. Just looks like Nesquik. Just really little, perfectly circular like droplets of shit.
Oh, they're really sweet. They are. Oh, lovely.
Oh, do you look at that? Oh, it's so nourishing. Oh.
Well, she was telling her girlfriend all about this, so it was.
I would have like. It's great to know that girls talk about shitting as much as we do.
Yes. Yeah.
That's really broken down some barriers for me.
There was I think, what was it? Something finished on TV and we were getting dinner ready and like Come Dine With Me started, and I literally saw about 30 seconds of it, and it was a woman talking to the camera who was obviously the first one's house they go to.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Oh, I try to, I talk. People can be offended by things I say, but I'm not saying them to be offensive. That's just how I am. I like to.
Oh,
talk.
that old excuse.
I like to talk. My mind and swear and be rude, and I also like to fart. I think I was with my husband a week before I farted in front of him. I like to fart quite a lot. I'm a farter."
And then it cuts to him. It's just like, yeah, she says that, but she didn't have to go and do it right in my mouth.
Yeah. He's like, "What do you think she's serving today?"
I only known her a week, and she's just guffing in me fucking open mouth whilst I'm sleeping. That's disgusting. What am I supposed to do now?
That actually makes me feel a bit. Ugh.
How much money would it require you to let someone guff in your mouth?
Don't. Like, I remember at Natterjack's, when I worked there, the manager there, Joe, used to do some horrendous farts, like fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like gag bad. Sorry for like calling you out like that, but you were pretty proud of them, so it's okay.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
Horrific. I think we discussed it once, like not me and Joe, but like maybe me and Lewis or someone. Of like if you had your lips like forcibly, like in Human Centipede, around Joe's arsehole,
just stitched,
to take his whole fart in the
together,
mouth. And as you make me, I can't even say it. Like sometimes that thought would randomly pop in my head like a night out, and it would ruin my buzz, ruin everything for me. I'm going home. What's wrong with you? I just thought about Joe farting in my mouth. And they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, you better."
Doesn't help that that's also my name.
yeah, not this Joe.
Not me.
Not the other Joe. Yeah, fucking. Oh, God,
I remember when
one of my worse. And someone rubbing that, and someone smearing my face at McDonald's breakfast were like my two weird fears at that time.
I like that. That's good. I remember being down the pub with I think it was either you and Lewis and Joe, or you, Lee and Joe, but we were all sitting there having beers, right. And then like Joe just got his phone out and it was just like, "Here, look at this," and it was just like a woman shitting
dangerous
into a
when
cup.
He does that.
Like it was like a really horrible foamy shit.
Yeah,
it was really weird. It was like watching like shaving foam come out of a person's bumhole. Like,
yep.
It was, and he was just look at that. And that, I was like, ugh. It was like Joe was like the first reaction video. He was just like, "What do you think of that?"
Yeah.
Get it away from me.
If he got his phone out and was like, "Look at this," or you could tell he was looking for something, he was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna end well." I'm like, get out of it now before he shows me something horrific, like someone shitting into a cup or fucking shitting into a pig's mouth or something. Like,
just
something horrendous like that.
Everyone's got a friend like that. Everyone has a friend that just knows where to, or somehow just finds like the most fucking deplorable shit on the internet and will just like send it.
Or show you. Or I did that to you recently.
That fucking Jesus, yeah. I wasn't even going to mention that, but that's such a great segue. Oh,
someone sent me a horrific video. Sometimes in this group, there's a lot of horrible videos that get sent. I barely even look at them half the time. But I saw everyone in the group's reaction to this video, being like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "What is it?" So I watched it, and I was like, "This is horrible." Like, I didn't even know what. But if you watch it for a second, you're like, "What's going to happen?" And then it happens, and you're like, "Whoa!" And I never forward these videos ever. But I forwarded this one. I explained it to Joe first. Like, I wouldn't send you something.
Had to explain
I wouldn't normally send it to you.
You couldn't have sent that to me and just that video without an explanation. I would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Exactly. Yeah. Is that him? Like,
yeah. You need to be in certain circumstances where you can send a video like that and not say anything before or after.
I wonder if I can find the message when I say it to you, because I want to remember what
it was. Mate, it was brilliant. It was like like you felt guilty. It was amazing.
I was like,
just to give some context.
As you know, I get sent these random videos that I don't usually watch. But I was curious about this one after I saw the reaction in the group, so I'm sending it to you. I know. I said that underneath. I sent another message going, "I've only sent this to you because it made me think of the brain and the condom trick at once." The brain was when Joe used to get ball bag, side glance, burger.
Yeah.
And obviously the condom trick was up his nose and out his mouth.
Yeah, combine those two, and you might be able to picture the video. I think, in all honesty.
So yeah, Joe, I'll let you say what the video was.
It was a man who run. I like how quickly the man rushes into the room as well. It was like quick. It was a man who he walks in the room and bends over with his bum towards the camera, and his bollocks fall out of his arsehole.
Yeah, but there's like a split second where you're like, I don't see what this. Whoa! And then his bollocks
as
just
soon as
shoot
the
out of his
slow
arsehole.
motion
Like he's tucked him in his arsehole.
It always like
He's obviously clean shaven down there because you don't even really notice, like, in the grain of the film. You don't even notice there's something up his arsehole at the time. You just think it's his arsehole, and then pop out they come, and it's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
like fuck.
You know
man.
what's really annoying though?
No, they're really long.
You know what's really fucking annoying is though, right? Is because there's like when the balls start falling out the arse, it all goes slow motion, and it's kind of satisfying to watch.
When it starts happening, then it is. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a lava lamp. It's just like boom. I was like, oh. I think also it helps. It's not just the slow motion; it's the smoothness of the testicles.
Yeah, the whole area is pretty smooth. Like
I've watched that video so many times. To me, it's not even a pair of balls in a bumhole anymore. It's just like. It's like a screensaver on a computer. You like open up media player and it's just that.
When I was, I think we said about this. Actually, this might spark some great stories that we actually had from Sam the other day. Talking about that, I don't know if I told this story before. I definitely told you, but I never said it in the podcast. When I was working as a COVID tester, and you have to like scan people's the code on their phones. When they leave, all done. Give me a hit, drop your test in this bucket. I'm going to scan this. And this one guy was like, right. I was like, you've got your QR code. And he's like, scrambling for his phone in his car. And he grabs it and he swipes up, holds it up, and it was just porn. Like, and he literally, as soon as it's like as he moved his phone past his own head towards me, it's like at the last second he glimpsed it. And it was too late to stop showing me. So I was like, pulled it back, like a car's driven the other way and he's recognised the driver for a split second.
Yeah,
it was like that. Oh God, he's pulled it back again. Too late, mate. I had well seen it. Thank you. And then he had to put it away and get his QR code out and not look me in the eye while he held it up.
There's no going back from that.
There's no going back from that, man. It was fucking hilarious. But that I recently said that in the WhatsApp group with Gaz and Sam. Why did I say that? You said something to him. I swear there was a conversation here that I was like, oh, mate, this would be great to fucking...
Yeah, no, I'd said it about a builder who was in my shop just like casually like looking at porn on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
It was great though, mate. It was so good, right? Because he was looking at it and he'd just go, oh, yeah, that's a bit of me, that. here, look at this. To his mate. He's like, look at this. Nah, you know what? I'll send it to you. It's just like fucking brilliant. No shame.
Oh, man.
No shame whatsoever.
No shame.
And then from there, that sparked like everything. Like
there's
all of
loads
us.
of your stories here.
Yeah.
But,
we had loads of fucking stories.
But Sam had a good one because he worked in the photo shop, so he would develop people's photos. Like, and he was. And he was just like, there were some really rare sites. He's like, people were very protective or just didn't care when they gave those things to me to be developed.
Yeah.
But he was saying, I'm trying to find what he said. Yeah, freakiest one he got was around 600 photos of a family holiday, and halfway through were pics of a funeral, including an open casket, and then a woman spread eagle,
right?
And then a woman spread eagle in an armchair.
That is a wild reel.
He says he's got loads of stories like that. He's like, let me know if you want some, and I'll tell them to you.
Oh yeah, mate. I think we should try and get Sam on a Zoom call.
Oh man. Oh yeah. You were saying. You were saying when you worked in a similar shop, there were. Someone came in to print photos, and there was like 400 images of his missus posing in various states of undress.
Yeah, man.
They never came back to get their order.
They never came back. Yeah, so they never came back because because it was like all digital. Like you could start ordering pictures and they start pretty much just coming through immediately. And there was like 350, 400 odd pictures. Right, there was a lot. And then I was in there and I saw them and I just looked up at the woman and then she looked at me and then I just looked back down again. They never came back and got them. And it was just like, we've just got these naked pictures. She was hot as well, man. She was really beautiful. Like,
damn.
It's the sort of thing that I think maybe they don't think that we will see them, but it's like, because it's all just like, like a drop and print and you don't look, it's like, I'm going to see everything.
Yeah, it's not like they've gone to like a one of those machine ones and put their card in. They have those in booths.
Not just immediately just print it out in front of you or anything like that.
What was the one you said about the crackheads with the disposable camera?
Oh god, yeah, these locals that were either like the drunks or the crackheads, but you'd always see them around town. One of them, he came into my shop on Halloween dressed as Darth Vader, trying to buy batteries because his costume wouldn't work. It was so weird. It was like when Halloween was on like a Wednesday and no one gave a shit. And this guy like balls in dressed as Darth Vader, and he's just like, "Here, look at this!" Like, boom! Like it was so ridiculous. But they once bought in a disposable camera just to be developed, and. It was all going through, and I was like called into the lab, and it was all just like pictures of like all the blokes in their group of friends or whatever, just with like just with their dicks out in the park, and then like a ropey, and then like they're in like the bushes and shit, but they are literally just there, fully hard. For some reason, and they were just like a lineup of them. Like it's just so ridiculous. And then there was like a ropey woman with like her tits and fanny out, and it was just like,
At what point, as the developers, do you get to say, I suppose you can't not do it by then, because you've done it to see. Oh, you must see them beforehand, yeah. Well, so you're like, actually, we're not going to develop.
You can put like a sticker over it or something if it's, I don't know, like if it's unagreeable.
But obviously, if it came up and it obviously was like, something that shouldn't be on there, like fucking child porn or something horrific like that, then you'd be like, I wonder where the line is. I wonder where. Obviously, not child porn is an extreme example, but not that far down the scale of horrorness, and the other end of the scale is like the lightheartedness, guys with dicks out in the park. At what point between those 2 points is it where you're like, I'm not going to print these?
So there was this when I first started at the company, there was this guy that would come in at least twice a week, and he was a really old fella. Unfortunately, stank of piss to the point that some people couldn't serve him. Just really old. I had a gammy leg. He was all fucked up and shit. But every day he'd have like a roll of film to process. We're just like, what the fuck does he take photos of? He just sits down on a bench and just takes photos of just girls walking past him of any age whatsoever.
Wow.
And it was just like shit. So there was concerns about him and the things that he was photographing, but it was never like too bad. But it was just weird that it was just them. He was just basically just photographing members of the public without
every
them.
day.
Yeah, pretty much every day. Like,
wow.
Well, he'd come in and he'd have like rolls and rolls. Like, so he'd come in like a couple of times, but over basically every day he was taking photos and then bringing it in to be developed.
Jesus.
And of course, every time you got something developed, you got a free roll of film, so we just feed in the frenzy. Like,
no, I didn't realise. Oh, so the circle continues.
Yeah, man, it's the economic circle.
Jesus, circle.
So yeah, that was a bit creepy, but I think that was. But no, I never saw anything too bad. Like, I never saw anything, dead bodies, no blood, no like horrible gore or anything like that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. How far is too far before it's like, oh, actually, we got to sort this out. I always remember. I can't remember who it was. One of these police dramas when I was a kid. Not a drama. It was like a documentary about some killer they were looking for. Some woman had gone missing hiking in the woods, and they couldn't figure out the case. It was like a dead end. And ages later, one of the detectives was like walking around and she saw the style of camera that was missing from the woman that got murdered in this like second-hand shop. And she's like, it's very similar. It looks like the same camera. Anyone could have it. But she went in and she asked to see it. And there was film in it, and they got it developed, and it was this girl's camera, and there was all pictures of her journey, and then all of a sudden it cut to pictures of like a guy lying down and stuff, and he'd like pose for photos. They'd taken the photos himself, and then obviously sold the camera or took it to a pawn shop and didn't take the film out. So they looked at it and they got him because obviously because the guy's like, oh yeah, he brought that in.
That
here.
is
like,
amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Love it.
So yeah. So people are willing to go, get pictures published of erections in parks and girls walking off past benches. But, this guy was a murderer and forgot to, like, take the pictures of him off the fucking camera. Jesus. Fucking.
That's how it goes, man.
Speaking of fucking creepy, crazy murderer people.
Oh, yes,
this guy is not that, but it's still an interesting story. Have you been seeing the stuff about Armie Hammer?
I saw something yesterday. In regards to, is this about the hashtags that he used or something?
Sort of. So yeah, I said Armie Hammer.
But I don't know what I didn't know what the origin was of this. All of a sudden, what's he? Why is that name? Yeah, it's ridiculous. So he's basically the name of he's got the name of toothpaste.
Yeah, he's been in loads of films. He's an actor. You definitely would have probably seen stuff he's in. Like he's been in fucking loads of films. He almost played, was it Batman or Superman he played? He was literally going to play in the Justice League film they were going to make years ago with the director of Mad Max. They were literally ready to film it. I swear he was playing Batman. Anyway, it fell through. It didn't happen in the end. But Armie Hammer has basically been accused of cannibalism.
Cannibalism?
Yes. So it's a weird story. So he's had his name in the headlines, and it's like he's at the centre of a crazy Twitter story in which some of his private DMs are reportedly making the rounds, and the messages he sent are quite disturbing in that some of them the actor apparently is claiming to be a cannibal. The tweets in question are like screen grabs from an account named after him. Who knows? They've been doing the rounds, and loads of other people have come forward being like, oh yeah, he said these weird things to me as well.
It's just set off like a whole thing.
Yeah, apparently he's like obsessed with like drinking blood, and he's got very manipulative behaviour. Like again, these are all. This is all like things people were saying. This is I'm not saying he is this.
Yeah. But this is just Twitter shit.
But he recently, so after I grabbed this story, he responded a couple of days ago at a time of recording. Yeah.
Greg, I know you have a somewhat popular podcast. I just wanted to just give you this statement to read out on the show.
Armie Hammer responded by saying, I'm not responding to these bullshit claims in the light of vicious and
congratulations,
online
you have
attacks.
Responded.
I cannot in good conscience now leave my children for 4 months to go film in the Dominican Republic. Lionsgate is supporting me in this, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to them for that. That was Armie Hammer's statement. Was basically just that, because of all these horrible things being said about him, he's disgusted. He's not going to respond to it, but he's also now had to drop out of a film he was about to go record because he can't leave his family behind. Whether that means they've been getting threats or too much attention. These private conversations his account was having, and in them referenced drinking blood, as well as saying he's 100% cannibal.
Okay. I can't go to the Dominican Republic now and eat people for 4 months. Film a movie.
A few years ago, his account was caught liking a number of tweets that featured rope bondage. That Twitter activity was definitely not faked, and the actor appeared to be into some freaky stuff.
Yeah. That's the bit I'd heard. And but like, man, look at like people are like Twitter detectives immediately. They're just like, they just know what to search when it comes to like people's history or like activity on social media. They're just like, well, I'm going to go there, I'm going to like that, and it's going to give me all the answers.
Yeah, I mean the Pope did it.
People can be people can be into fucking bondage.
Yeah,
it could be something him and his wife do, or he's trying to coerce her into doing.
Yeah, I want to drink blood. It's very, very fucking interesting. It's an interesting thing to be accused of.
Yeah, absolutely. A cannibal
like,
actor.
Imagine if you just like, just like how's your week going, Joe? Oh, actually pretty shit. I've been accused of being a cannibal. Like,
yeah.
Like people really believing it. Like,
yeah, everyone's bringing up this really weird behaviour of mine.
Ex-girlfriends are coming forward and just talking about random isolated incidents that make me sound like I am a cannibal.
I'm not gonna lie, it comes bad on me. It's not going in my favour.
He used to eat a steak really quickly. I remember.
Like he literally loved it blue as well. Just like man.
One of Joe's ex-lovers came forward saying that he felt sometimes he would look at her and imagine she was a big chicken leg.
Just hallucinating.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so succulent.
How did you know he was seeing you like that? I could just see it in his eyes.
I don't think it's probably not the craziest thing to happen in Hollywood.
No, definitely not the craziest thing.
I mean, it's up there. Cannibalism's pretty fucking dark.
Yeah, it's a horrible one to be accused of. Mm-hmm. Like, of all the ones of... I mean, I suppose you don't really accuse paedophiles. Well,
no, I'd rather be a murderer, in all honesty, I think.
Paedophilic cannibal? I don't know. Speaking of children being molested, I...
are we talking about that this time, are we?
I've been watching... I've watched 3 episodes, maybe, of Night Stalker on Netflix, the Richard Menendez documentary.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I watched that Ripper one first. That was only 4 episodes long, and it actually was really good.
I watched the first 2 of the Yorkshire Ripper one, and I watched the first episode of the Night Stalker one, but I have not. The Night Stalker one has lost me completely.
Has it?
Yeah, no. I got really bored with it.
See, so I did struggle a bit with the first episode, but then the second one I really liked. And then since then, I think we've probably nearly finished it. Like, it has been really interesting. It is a very deep look at the story.
Yeah.
The Ripper one I actually really enjoyed as well. There's just so many moments where you're just like, with so many like slap your face over your hand over your face moments. You're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like you could so close to having him right there. Like so many like near misses of almost getting Ripper and fucking Night Stalker. Like they're frustrating to watch at the same time as they are informative and eye-opening.
The first episode of the Ripper documentary really reminded me of our the third episode of our radio play with just little. It was just like prostitutes are dying. Okay, a kid's found his mum dead. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I was like, this is somewhat familiar territory.
People are getting covered in mosaic tiles.
Shit. Oh, I just dropped my fucking beer, didn't I?
Oh no!
I have.
Oh no!
Right. It's all right.
Is it spilled?
Yeah, of course it's. Yeah,
just grabbing whenever he can.
Just got an old shirt.
Jesus.
No, it's a towel, you nump.
Oh, I couldn't see. You reached off camera.
It was right behind me. It was hanging up.
Oh right. Oh, so I apologise for not taking noticing more your towel.
Just think I'm just like pulling down.
Obviously, this is a regular occurrence. If you've always got a towel in arm's reach.
Don't need these anymore. Don't need these shirts anymore. That's coming off. I don't know why. I'm pissed.
I did see a story really in a positive light. It reminded me of when we worked in retail, and those situations where maybe your boss wouldn't always back you up, or they were a prick, or like you would like get into a shitty thing with a customer.
Oh shit! I think I saw this as well. Yeah, wasn't it like an online?
Sometimes your boss didn't always have your back, but this one was really interesting. So a boss has been branded a legend for defending an employee when a bullying Twitter troll tried to get her fired after she called him a fucking wanker. Viking Beard Company tweeted on January the 4th apologising to their EU customers that Brexit meant they'd no longer be able to ship retail orders due to paperwork and custom costs. Mm-hmm. One bullying Twitter user then responded, declaring that if the beard care product company can't overcome initial challenges and to fill out some paperwork, then they don't deserve his custom. But when the Viking employee Sarah called him out as a fucking wanker and claimed that their jobs are at risk due to Brexit, she received a 12-hour Twitter ban. Sarah then claimed that the individual bombarded her boss with 4 emails in the space of an hour, demanding her to be fired or they'll take legal action. However, her boss Simon, believed to be sales and marketing director Simon Hildreth, appeared to hit back in an email and told him to put on your big girl pants and grow up. Simon called the angry emailer's bluff and told him to please try and sue Sarah, as they would pay for her legal representation and counter-sue him before branding him nasty.
That is fucking
The email
brilliant.
troll that he had no leg to stand on, as Sarah had nothing to hide, and the company stood by her, as they would for any member of staff being threatened.
Fucking well played.
I don't think he even got back to it.
Man, well played. That is how you deal with a dickhead.
Good, isn't it? That is good.
That is good. Yeah, that's well good, man.
That's like you fucking want that to be dealt with.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That is the
just because you would be like, I just called someone. I mean, if I was the boss and somebody was like, oh, by the way, I'm really sorry, I just called a customer a fucking wanker on Twitter. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
That doesn't really bode well for us. That's not really the route that we take with this sort of situation. But fucking A, man.
What happened? Yeah, well, the situation was they could be losing their jobs, so absolutely, it's probably high tensions there anyway. They're probably at the point where they don't mind telling people speaking their own minds.
Fucking right, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I was sent something actually. Long time listener Pinky sent me something the other day.
Oh, did she? I was chatting to her. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, yeah.
At the time of recording, today's her birthday.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
She sent me this on Friday. It just says, freedom of speech isn't freedom from repercussions. That's why everyone who works in retail doesn't tell you to go fuck yourself.
Oh, I think I saw this, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I was just like, people in retail should be given a pass that is used only once in the year that allows them to tell a customer of their choosing to go and fuck themselves and not face repercussions.
Yeah, man, some fucking
a get out of jail free card.
Yeah. See, there's so many times where in retail I did come so close to just snapping and being like, "Go fuck yourself" or something along those lines.
Yeah,
but I was always just like, but then luckily my brain would kick in, making me think, well, what happened after that? And then I'm just like, oh, this could make the situation a lot worse.
Yeah, that's it. Every time you want to do it, every time you think that you could possibly, this is the situation that I could possibly get away with doing it,
and you don't.
Yeah,
and you just know company like that was working for, like, if I did
ain't got your back, man.
I wouldn't be supported like that. I would be out.
They ain't got your back. They have not got your back. Out. Absolutely not.
No, man. That's it. Step up or get stepped on.
That's the thing, man. Obviously I've done retail in the past and I've gone back to retail, and I can honestly say this time it's one of the nicest experiences I've had with retail. Because
you're not selling clothes. I know it's not. People are like, oh, it's the products, your customers are customers, matter the product. Yeah, true, but you definitely have a different clientele of customer than what you were probably happening working in, like, H&M or whatever.
Absolutely, it's like, I mean, it's not like it's a specialist shop in the sense of, like, it's for sort of, we get trade people come in, they know what they want, and it's all like, I guess it's just that, I mean, I haven't had a single experience with, like, a shitty customer. It doesn't seem to exist. Everyone's really friendly. It's all just like, hello, how's your day? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. You know, you have a bit of a chat and it's fucking really, it's just really nice. Like,
yeah, because I suppose working at one of those shops where it is builders and stuff and tradesmen, there is that culture around it of, you know, what, mate, like there is that kind of like...
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, we're all in this together sort of thing.
Yeah. You're not probably having to like follow someone around the store and being like, I need to approach them. So you like the look of those taps, sir.
But like,
you know...
But as well, it's like, it's just as, I mean, I don't know if it's because obviously where we're doing like the paint mixes and it means they've got to sort of hang around for a bit or anything like that. But like, even just sort of like regular retail customers, people that are just decorating their houses or whatever, when they come in, they're up for a chat. And I don't know, again, it could just be that we're all in lockdown, they haven't fucking seen people for a few days or anything.
Yeah.
But like, everyone's just well up for a bit of a chinwag. I met a guy the other day who was like a sound engineer. Was telling me stories. He was a sound engineer by trade, but at the moment was at home, and he was doing like loads of model painting, like loads of like modelling painting. Thinking we'd get into that sort of conversation, didn't. Went completely opposite direction. Told me about how he did sound engineering for Kiss in Dubai for like the first gig they ever did. I was just like, you fucking kidding me? Like, it was amazing. Cool. Like, it was really fucking cool. Like. And it's just. And
you were like, I played the Cox. Like,
yeah.
Dice rollers.
No, I did have a guy come in as well a few months back, and it was a guy in a wheelchair, and he'd sort of come in, and even though I had a mask on, he was just like, I know you. Why do I know you? Where do I know you? And he was sort of like long hair, bearded, like had a mask as well. But I was just like, I don't know, but you look like you might drink in the fighting cocks. And he just went, yeah, that's what it is. And that was it. I didn't ask any further questions like, have you seen me play live?
Yeah.
Like,
have you heard my podcast?
Yeah. But he was just like, yeah.
But
I do remember on occasion seeing a guy in there in a wheelchair because everyone just gets out the way of it. But yeah,
of course, yeah. Bouncers always like clear a path to get out back.
That's it, yeah. But also, it's just fucking nice working back in Kingston. I see like all my like the guy in the newsagents who I've known for like since I worked in Jessop's in like 2006, who I've known like the guy there is like the same guy, and it's just and like, I still see him and I still say hello every morning when I go in to buy a fucking drink or whatever. And,
nice.
Just sort of seeing all these people and like the cafes and stuff like that. It's nice again, man.
It's nice. There was a point, I think, just after the first lockdown, when we were just like, when you were allowed to go back, shops started reopening again.
Yeah.
I remember I took Indiana into Kingston. It was the first time I'd been there since lockdown started, and it really was just like wow, it's so nice to be here.
I thought
it's so nice. I went and got a coffee from Pret and was like walking around with it, and I was like, this is lovely. Like, this is really nice.
That normalcy
to be back here. Yeah, and then it was taken away again.
Well, that's because it was. I mean, when we opened our shop, we opened the middle of November, and that was during the lockdown, so it was obviously really quiet and stuff.
Yeah,
and the town was quiet, but then obviously when lockdown was lifted, it was just so nice seeing everything like open again, and it's just sort of like everyone around, and like I saw a couple of people I knew in the high street and stuff. I saw Kaz, who I bumped into.
Nice.
I hadn't seen Kaz in ages. Saw her and she was just like, oh my god, you've got like a proper boy job, haven't you? And I realised that every job I've had beforehand is not a boy job.
Yeah.
But like, but yeah, man, it was like fucking cool. And then we were just like, oh, we should go and like fucking have like, we should go to the beer. Like, oh, we can't, the pub's still not open.
Yep.
And they were just like, oh, we'll just go and drink fucking cans on the fucking Fairfields and shit. So
yeah, that was a good
Kaz.
thing about the summer.
She's not listening, but shout out Kaz. I haven't seen her in ages.
That was a good thing about summer when the restrictions got eased. Is like we could just go sit in a park,
and we did. That was like the best time of the year. Was like we'd all meet up in Lincoln. It was so good. We were just me, you, and Ed just chilling in the park. That park became the pub. That was
Like
and it was nice. It was nice that there was other people in there doing exactly the same thing because it made you feel like a less shitty person. Because we've been in there and done that when people are just trying to have a nice day out with their family.
Yeah. No, we were nice and calm, and we always get the same spot, and there was a good tree near for weeing. Like it was good piss tree.
I'd
nice
like
to area.
If it's going to have to be like that again this year, I'd quite like to do that again with you guys in the summer.
Yeah, in the summer. Yeah, if I say it's going to be freezing now.
Maybe,
that's what I'm saying. It was nice in the summer. Hopefully, we'll be allowed out for the summer.
Or maybe my birthday in April. That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice, yes. Yeah, that would be nice.
But no.
I can't imagine it'd be my birthday in February.
Oh,
Dun dun dun.
what a shitter, eh?
Yeah, it's all right.
At least you got. At least you. I mean, I'm potentially. This is going to be my second lockdown birthday.
Yes,
so
this will be my first. This will be my first lockdown birthday. Hopefully, the one and only lockdown birthday. Isn't that crazy? That's like you. Yeah, it possibly. Hopefully, it won't be still fucking straight up lockdown by your birthday. But isn't that crazy thought that you might have had? You would have had 2 birthdays in lockdown.
It makes me. I've just wasted a second year, but I haven't. It's just been technically as 1 year, but yeah, you know.
Oh, it's been a life-changing year for it. I know. I hate falling down the rabbit hole. Keep talking about it, but it has been a life-changing year.
It has
and also for everyone. But even like so many people got furloughed and then got made redundant. Like so many.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a good place to be in having a job now.
Yeah, fucking right.
And I was thinking like, so when I was like, you know, out on the car parks testing people, I was like, God, imagine if like last year when I'm sat at my, you know, desk doing digital marketing, if I was like, man, I wonder where I'd be this time next year. And then like I saw like a second of me a year ahead, and I'd see myself in a car park in a high-vis thing with like a mask on and a face shield, and I'm like talking people through testing themselves. So I'd be like, what the fuck happens?
It's like that. That's your.
How do I get there?
Your that flash forward TV show. That's what you see. That's what you see going forward. It's like, what the fuck am I? I've got a high vis on. I'm giving people tests. There's some sort of virus.
I've got a mask on. What is happening? God, what a shock! That would be such a shocking thing to see. That would terrify me to my core.
That's such an interesting point of view, though.
But at the same time, the journey from, you know, that doing sat on my desk in digital marketing to that and then beyond actually was, you know, not the worst journey in the world.
No, fucking right.
You know, like
not at
weird.
all. Not
weird.
at all. Was that the worst?
There were a lot of worrying moments of like, you know, just like I'm talking like financially not having a job. You know, just like fuck, what am I going to do? Blah blah blah.
But that's standard for that any sort of situation like that. That is a standard feeling to have.
Yeah. Like, but on the flip side of that, there also were, you know, months where I just spent every day playing with Indiana. You know?
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Like weird, like just like awesome, but like weird that I was doing that. You know, it's insane. Absolutely insane. Just like, and then it was like, and then doing a job that, you know, obviously was high risk in terms of, you know, COVID, but at the same time was one of the most easier jobs I'd done.
But also during the entire time, it didn't catch COVID singly at all. You got tested, but never found positive. Like it's bizarre. Like it's absolutely mad.
And same with everyone on my team. But it is madness. But then, like, just that really threw me off then. But just the stream of fucking life and working like jobs. Technically, I've had 3 jobs that year: digital marketing, testing, and then whatever might manage the co-director of a company.
Fucking say it, mate. You're an author. You're a fucking author.
Well, I always forget. I just go to say. I always just go to say, like, you know, social media / photographer /
Nah, you got to do it like a.
But it wasn't until I went to say it just then. I was like, holy shit! Yeah, actually, yeah.
You co-own a company.
Yeah.
There you go. I've got my own company. It's like very much like in the sense of like if you're in a band, like so it's like, oh yeah, like I'm in a band. Like you say, oh, I own a company. Like you'll eventually mention the other people in that band or company, but like at that particular point, you're just like, yeah, I'm in a band. I'm in a company.
It's also pretty surreal that it was just before Christmas last year. It was not last year. It would have been 2019 then, like November 2019, when Johnny was like, I want to do this book. I've been working on it, blah, 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 blah. I've already got all this stuff. Like, you know, do you want to help me? And I was like, maybe, but I have a job. Like, I don't know. It's going to, and I was like, yeah, okay. But I was like, still, like, I'm not really sure. And then obviously, you know, everything happened and you end up with loads of free time. So that's
look at the absolute turnaround.
Being like,
you did this in what, like a year?
Yeah. And then I went from just doing social media to suddenly, I'll do photography, I'll do this, do that, and then just being way more involved. And then all of a sudden, it evolves into something else. And then it's like, God, a year later now, we're funded and it's happening. So that was insane,
mad, mate,
like crazy amount of time. Like, so what a weird fucking year. So, and I met up with Lee the other day,
You played your cards. You played your cards, and you fucking came up against the dealer.
I was saying this. I've met up with Lee the other day. We went for a walk before lockdown. We went out for a walk in the woods. The ones that we and you went to last time.
Yeah.
And we were chatting. You asked about what you're up to and stuff. And I was just like, "Fuck, man, Joe is so fucking lucky. I mean, he would have got out of it. But so lucky that he actually moved out of that flat when he did.
I would have been
because that was just before my birthday. It was like end of January, right? So it's just before my birthday.
Did I go
so it was last year. It was 20. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, so no, you are right. I moved out because I had the reminders come up on my Facebook. It was January 15th. I moved out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Been a year, but like, just thank fuck you actually moved out then.
Oh my god!
Because even though you were like, I need to save money. I know there's a part of you that was a bit like, but I like having my own flat and space, But I'll do there. I'll save some money, blah blah blah. But then, you went there with the right attitude of like, I'm doing this for a really good positive reason, even though I'm giving up my own space and stuff. But it's fine. I go home, save some money, and then this happens, and you're like, God, you couldn't be in a better position,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like,
I mean, like, yeah, it didn't. Already I was like hemorrhaging money, fucking living there.
Yeah,
and it was just like, it got to at the end of my first year there, I was just like, okay, I can definitely do this for one more year, but after that, I'm gonna have to consider this. And then as it went on, I was just like, yeah, I definitely can't fucking do it. I'm gonna have to move out. Mum, being an absolute legend, was just like, well, obviously you can live here. I'm not going to let you just live on the streets or whatever. And obviously I was with Lucy at the time as well, and that was going really well. So that was obviously also a potential, but obviously things don't work out, but whatever. That's not the best way of saying it.
I wasn't laughing at you.
No. I just didn't want to dwell on it. But like, it all kind of sort of, everything just sort of happened at one massive sort of time, and it was just a bit shit. But
yeah,
as I said, I'm very, very lucky to have not been in that situation like that, because that would have I'd just been like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, what can I even do? Like, I would have been absolutely screwed.
Because it might not have been as easy to have got out of the contract, to got out of the flat at that time.
Nah,
you had to give notice, so you still at some point...
The fucking cunt nicked 600 quid off me because apparently I broke his fridge freezer.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I'm wondering if when the time comes to move out of this place, if we're... how much will we charge for things maybe they think are beyond wear and tear? Saying that the other day, I had Lizzie upstairs and she was like, fuck. And we had this bang. And I was like, what is it? And she had fucking dropped nail polish and it had smashed all over the carpet in the bedroom. Just fucking
no way. Shit.
She scrubbed a lot of it out, but it's still obviously...
Yeah. That's all right, mate. Come to my shop. I'll sort you out with some paint.
Nail polish just all over a fucking cream carpet.
That is a fucker.
So yeah, I'm like, we're not. Yeah. Since then, I'm like giving less of a shit. I'd stick this on the wall. Fuck it. Carpet's fucked.
Carpet's fucked. Might as well.
Carpet's fucked. Might as well destroy the whole fucking house.
But I think to an extent, as again, I don't want to continually talk about COVID and bollocks like that, but it is just like, it feels to a certain extent. It's
not necessarily COVID like, we're talking about. It literally is now just life.
It's more just
it's just life now.
The circumstances that we find ourselves living in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in a certain extent we've put certain parts of us on hold, but we're also able to sort of do some new things because we've got time on our hands. So it's as long as we're not putting our time to waste, and it's not that bad, is it?
Yeah, that's quite a little bit inspiring from you there, Joe.
I faded off at the end there. I wasn't even looking. If I'd given that statement on television, it would have been me just slightly looking away from the camera and just being like, "What am I talking about, man? Like, what am I talking about?"
I just like, ain't that bad, is it? It was good. It was a good sign off. It was a good little sign off.
It's a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt I'm going to make. Ain't that bad?
Yeah, it should be ain't that bad, is it? Fuck off. It's all right.
Fuck off.
Before we wrap up, I did want to revisit a story that we talked about last episode that has a follow-up that I saw. So I was like, follow-up story. Yeah. I keep moving away from the microphone to burp.
All right, mate, I still heard it. Don't worry, I still heard it.
Bodybuilder who married a sex doll.
Yes, divorced.
We talked
divorced?
About No, not divorced. There's not divorced,
Jesus
but
Christ. He
married
looks
a
like a
sex
gay
doll.
porn star. He looks like
Has
the
admitted-
fucking this persona of a gay porn star.
He has admitted that he cheated on her while she was being repaired.
Is this the Metro?
Not even
that's a
2
surprise.
months after marrying his beloved sex doll, Margot, in a beautiful ceremony, bodybuilder Yuri Toliko has cheated on her. Margot had broken days before Christmas and been sent off for repairs. In brackets, so I can't even begin to imagine what Yuri had done to her on the honeymoon.
God.
And in her absence, Yuri ended up cheating on her with some kind of weird object with ridges on it. So he posted a video, and it looks like
This
silvery,
guy,
silver
this
vase
guy,
with like.
Greg,
with
this
like
guy
little
is
dots on
writing
it.
his own soap opera. This is not real. None of this is real.
Like, and he just rubs it. He just rubs this object. Like, I'm just showing Joe a
This is
video.
Craig. This is weirder than the fucking bollock up the arse video.
I'm going to turn the volume up. so you
No,
can hear
don't
his
do
heavy
that.
breathing.
No. Turn the volume down again. That's horrible.
So the video.
Oh, make it stop, Craig. Stop it. I feel like I'm listening to ASMR.
That was a big one.
This
He
is
is
fucking bollocks.
He is literally lying, like, with this weird object, and like kissing it. And I can't. It looks like a vase to me.
It does. It looks like
weird-
it looks like the kind of glass that your nan has for a sherry.
Or is it a glass? It might be a glass. It's quite big. Oh, actually, it's a weird. It's got like little stones on it. I can't really
Greg,
describe
this is
it.
simply Greg. All that's happened here is we've simply entered the second act of this fucking play.
Just
There is
make
going to
sure.
be a third act. It is probably going to involve him getting that thing stuck inside him and his wife finding him in that sort of position.
Well, remember his wife's a sex doll.
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't
Yeah.
read the paper. If she doesn't
So-
read or like go on Twitter, she ain't going to see that video.
When this
She's away for
podcast comes
repairs,
out,
for all we know at the moment.
I try and remember. When this podcast comes out, I'll put this article on the article. I'll put a link to this YouTube
Article.
video on the YouTube page, on the Facebook page. You can see it.
This is bullshit. No, he's creating. This is the drama. This isn't real. He's creating this problem.
When he
This is like Curb Your Enthusiasm, where all of this shit could have been easily avoided.
when he posted the video of this, he captioned the video, "Looks like I've got a new passion." And then he responded to a commenter who was accusing him of cheating on his wife, and he said, "Maybe I can't stand it while she's in hospital."
It's so worrying. Should we try and get him on the podcast?
I don't think I want him, man. Like, I love the summary at the
fucking
end.
want him.
At the end, it's like, wow, is Yuri the horniest man in the world or what? Marries a sex doll,
Nope.
marries a sex doll, breaks her within a month, and then cheats on her for random objects he finds lying around the house.
I'm still the hornier.
That's fucking brilliant.
That is good.
That is fucking great. Right, there is one more story. I saw Dean Gaffney popped up again.
Oh, why? Is he trying to be 007 still?
Dean Gaffney is quite a ridiculous fucking story.
Of course it is, Greg. It's Dean fucking Gaffney.
It's so minor and like, well, I say minor, but the headline: Dean Gaffney ignores lockdown rules again as he asks woman to meet him for indoor date.
Jesus Christ.
Basically, the 42-year-old had been messaging this 30-year-old girl, asking her, being like, "Yo, when we meeting?" She was like, "Oh, what?" Like,
I beg your pardon.
like we can't. He's like, "We can't. It's a lockdown." And he's like, "Well, I could come round to yours. Put the kettle on. I'll come round." And she was like, "Well, no meetings indoors, remember?"
Yeah.
To which
Come on, Dean.
To which Dean responded, "Don't worry about all that. It's too cold to meet outdoors. Kiss." He tried to reassure her that. He tried to reassure her that she shouldn't get sick. She won't get sick if they meet up, but she wasn't having any of it. Dean's final message to her was, "That's fine. Just confused how meeting me outside is different to meeting me for a coffee. No worries, babes. Kiss." To which she replied, "Because transmission rates outside are the fucking high, and she fucking states all the fucking.
She
lays it all down.
Golf.org on him.
Yeah, she does. But her picture, she looks like a sex doll.
Oh yeah, she does. She absolutely looks like a sex doll. She looks like fucking Ivan's fucking sex doll or whatever his fucking
Yuri. Yeah, she basically was stating how it was against the law for them to meet, but didn't want to stop him. He was like, "You won't get sick if I come round, Dean Gaffney."
I feel like Dean Gaffney needs to get a sex doll, but at the same time film a documentary about him getting a sex doll, because I would watch that.
I agree.
I would 100% watch a documentary about Dean Gaffney having a sex doll.
Dean Gaffney and his sex doll. I'd fucking watch that. That'd be a fucking great fucking documentary.
That is absolutely brilliant. I'm all over that.
All over it. I feel like we should probably wrap up the podcast. Only because I know it's been a short episode, but only because I've got quite bad signal on Skype here, and I keep losing Joe.
Yeah,
for like, you keep sticking, or I lose you for ages. That's why there's been some random pauses this episode. So I'm like, oh, he's gone. Oh, he's back.
It's weird because you're 100% fine, my end, but then it is the never-ending answer of who's actually got the problem. Who's the problem here?
Sometimes your voice has gone really like all like transmission.
That's me, mate. I'm 4 beers and 2 fucking Jim Beams deep, mate. That is me. Don't worry.
My dad rang me today and was like, "Hello, I had to jot some stuff around your cousin Paul's. Just dropped it off at the front drive, and he's like, and then he put out a bottle of like Jim Beam, like aged Jim Beam, and was like, oh, here you go, gave it to my dad. And my dad was like, oh, that's nice, he's got me this as a present for dropping this off. And he was like, can you give that to Greg? He said on Facebook that he liked it, and he
fucking
didn't
sweet.
like it. And I was like, oh, fucking brilliant. Yes, Dad. Oh, I'll take that. But I haven't got it yet, obviously.
Yeah.
Although I did text Dad later on being like, do feel free to help yourself to it. He's like, oh.
Yeah. If you're not going to have it, drop it the fuck round then.
Yeah, I will have it, though. I am looking forward to having it, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm almost out of me rum.
Oh, mate, you got to stock up. Got to stay stocked.
No, I've got some, and I've got another Desperado after this one. Fucking having it. Right, yeah, so, yeah, we flew through those stories. That was a lot of fucking fun, apart from my Skype issues this end. Fucking, now this is episode 145. A lot calmer. The last 2 ones, we've been quite rowdy and out of control a bit. This one, I think because of the Skype lagging problems, I've just been a bit more on it. And obviously I've had issues with my sound and mine. I've had to stop recording a couple of times and fix that. So I'm a bit more like, oh, what's going on?
Well, we are releasing this. Will be way after the inauguration of Joe Biden, where I think someone's actually going to try to assassinate him. So we might have to talk about that.
Everyone thought that would happen at Trump's as well.
Yeah, but that's because all the supporters have guns.
Everyone was like, he's going to get assassinated, like when he gets, brought in.
Maybe next time.
Made it for the whole term.
But that might be something we talk about next time. But until then.
There'll be a lot there. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen? Well, we know that's going to happen, but what other madness is going to happen between us at recording and recording next time? Probably a fucking lot.
2021.
Maybe there'll be more updates on vaccine and maybe how life's going to maybe start. Maybe some hope at the end of the tunnel. We'll see. We'll find out then, and we'll worry about all that then. Until now, we're just going to enjoy our beers and our rums and fucking chill out.
That's a great roundup. Sign it off, buddy. Send it.
I've been Greg, banging random objects around the house Armstrong.
Oh, bollocks. Well, I've been Joe, the sex doll in Hospital Jackson.
Oh, that was good.
I don't like it.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to piss.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.